Hey guys, what's going on? It's Salvage here, and today we are going to be talking about this new leak that apparently came out on subreddit of Batman Arkham. Now, this is not 100% confirmed. This is not brand new speculation and news. It's just someone that says they worked for. Well, you know what? Let's just get into this. So we're going to be going into it. We're going to be reading it. I guess we can say word for word, just so we don't take anything out of context. So let's get into it. This guy says it's more than likely not only going. It's most likely not going to be an Arkham in the title. I know the higher ups wanted to steer clear of that. This game is intended to be a reboot of some sorts, as well as being a sequel. Some of the earlier titles I heard were Batman Beyond Arkham, Batman Arkham Beyond, and Batman Arkham Legend, and Batman Arkham Generations. None of these titles will be used. Like I said, they want to remove Arkham from the title. This game is also the start of a new trilogy starring the Damian Wayne as the Batman. He said, I did a lot of work for this game, and I also have seen and heard quite a bit about the canceled Suicide Squad game. I've been a bit frustrated lately with the way the company is handled with these two projects. It's ridiculous. The Suicide Squad game was the original project. Here are some details. So just for the sake of actually going through it, I'm going to read off the descriptions that he gave us. So the first one, he says, it let you switch between several Suicide Squad members throughout the game for certain missions, which sounds possible. The game focused on Deathstroke. He handled much like Batman, only using killing blows, kind of like Red Hood. Instead of batarangs, he would use pistols to quickly stun or kill enemies. He also had a sniper that the player could use. Now that sounds a lot like Red Hood. Also, his Batman Arkham Origins interpretation, which would be really cool to see. But of course, this game's probably gone now. Harley Quinn was in the game near the end. The executives did not like this and wanted her to be a big focus of the game, more like the movie. Deadshot was a pretty big character and had a playful rivalry with Deathstroke throughout the game over who is the better assassin. So it makes sense, who's the better assassin, Deathstroke or Deadshot? It makes sense. I would actually get that. Slipknot was in a few levels, not even kidding. He was not playable though. You fight Batman in a lot of the levels. Batman was like K. Ling. I've never heard of that from Mass Effect 3. I don't play the Mass Effect games. I'm sorry. He doesn't work well as a boss fight. If you beat him, it'll play a cutscene of your character winning the fight, then Batman using a gadget to knock them out for the sake of story. That makes sense. Yeah. The squad would be in and out of jail for most of the game until the last third. In the last act, the team was in full force, and you'd be able to switch between them in preferred combos. There was co-op. Every mission featured at least 2 squad members. It worked like the Batman/Robin team in Origins multiplayer. Joker was in a few levels. There was a mini campaign featuring Batman and Robin. The game was not very fun to play. The open world aspect did not work at all. Certain characters could not traverse the world too well. They tried implanting a hook gun for every player, but it was stupid. See, I can understand why this game was canceled, because if this is true, this sounds like garbage, like complete garbage. Like, who would want to have a hook gun, basically like a grapple gun for everybody? Like Harley Quinn grappling around, that looks stupid. Like that, I get it for Deathstroke, right? I get it probably for Deadshot, but really, really, Harley Quinn flying around with a hook gun? That's ridiculous. I would get Slipknot too. Slipknot would probably be a better addition to this game than any of the other characters. This game faced a lot of issues, from having an uninteresting story to a wonky co-op system in which the combos did not work very well, to a bad open world. That's just, I understand why this game was canceled. The story was about the squad being forced by Deathstroke and Amanda Waller to kill Batman and stop the Joker in Gotham. It's very similar to Arkham Origins in a lot of ways. So that's all he had for the Suicide Squad game, and if those are all true, I would completely understand why this game was canceled. If I would actually believe this, honestly, I would believe that Suicide Squad part, but I don't know about this Batman part, so you guys are going to have to listen. It's a lot of the same information, but with some different things I'm going to be pointing out throughout the entire thing. Okay, so he says, here are some details about the new Batman game. Imagine Batman Beyond, but with Damian Wayne. That's what this is. Terry McGinnis was originally considered, but they figured it would be easier to sell Batman's son instead of a new character to these games. That makes sense. Bruce Wayne is much older and lives in a Batcave full time. Damian tracked him down and is new to the Batsuit. Alfred has passed away. Bruce serves in the mentor role. Yeah, that makes sense too. Many of the villains have escaped. There are also new incarnations of many villains like Black Mask, Poison Ivy, who the previous one transferred her conscience to a new body, which I don't like that at all. Man-Bat, someone else tried to continue Kirk's work. Scarecrow and Bane. The Riddler is back, so is the Penguin, who looks much older now and has a bad cough. I believe that. Two-Face is radically different and is a major villain. Now, this is where I'm going to be getting into this. He never specifically said the Judge, like Bite-Size Impressions and other people. Other people said that the Judge is in the game. The Judge is going to be in the game. Two-Face is radically different and a major character. I'm kind of shocked that he's not spoiling it and saying he's the Judge, because nobody else is saying, oh, it's just that he's a major character in the game. Like, no one's saying that. He's just saying, yeah, he's different, not a big deal. So it's kind of weird how he's not really saying the Judge when everybody else said the Judge, and this kind of makes me think that this could be real, and he just doesn't look at the other leaks that have been put out. He hasn't looked at Bite-Size Impressions and said, yep, yeah, they know it's the Judge. They've only seen this guy. And, he's going off the information that he has, and he doesn't want to spoil it, which makes sense. He also says that there's a Kite Man side mission, and it's the best. Trust me, Kite Man is the most ridiculous 60s character you could ever get into. Right alongside, I think it's Polka Dot Man or something like that, Crazy Quilt, and maybe Eggman. Something like that. Those are like crazy characters. Kite Man's up top with one of those crazy characters. Talia and Raish are back in a flashback mission involving Damian's childhood. I could believe that. I could really believe that. Harley Quinn leads a Joker cult, but is a side quest this time around. They want to shy away from Joker type stuff. I believe that as well. Most think Bruce Wayne is still Batman. Some of the villains even say things like, hello Brucey, and Mr. Wayne come to die, generic superhero stuff, supervillain stuff. Of course, it's not Bruce Wayne. It makes sense too. Jason Todd is in the game. He feels bad over the events of Arkham Knight, but still goes around killing criminals. Dick Grayson also serves as a mentor. He wants to go into retirement, but something stops him from doing so. I can answer this if you guys want, but it is a big spoiler. Tim Drake is not in the game very much. He's out of the game. Azrael is mad that Batman didn't ask him to take up the mantle and has become a supervillain. It's really cool. The location is Gotham. It's not abandoned or evacuated. He puts little parentheses here and says, well, some areas are ... where the villains reside mostly. There are plenty of civilians in Gotham, as well as a crime system in which Damian is alerted of nearby crimes in progress, like muggings, carjackings, robberies, murders, serial killers, thieves, etc. I believe that 100%. Damian being alerted to nearby crimes in progress sounds exactly like the Arkham Origin system, which was amazing. I loved it personally. I thought it was something that was fresh and new to the game, called Crime in Progress, where Batman is alerted to a crime somewhere in Gotham. It doesn't matter where. It's just a random location, and you go to there, you fight off these people, you can get certain, achievements, or you could keep going through it. I think it was part of the mission where you could get like 100% a game, but the Crime in Progress was really, really cool. And then it seems like this guy knows what he's talking about, right? Crimes in Progress. He basically just named off the feature in the game, and I would believe that 100%. Shadows of Mordor's Nemesis system is in the game, and it's great. It ties in these crimes. The Crimes in Progress and the Nemesis system are together. That makes sense as well. So if you don't stop the Crimes in Progress, that means if the criminals get away or kill you, they continue to commit crimes and become noticed by the various gangs and villains. They receive equipment from them and can even be recruited by them. They commit bigger and bigger crimes and will start to lead squads of bad guys if Batman keeps failing. Eventually, they can adopt a criminal persona. That sounds awesome. He also says we have a ton of them, and which one they adopt depends on which villains support them. Even if Batman stops them, villains can break them out if they are a high-level criminal. You have to keep sending them back to jail and, what does that say? Thwarting, I'm just going to say stopping their plans to stop them for good. It's awesome. I honestly believe that would be the best feature ever. That sounds super cool, right? I mean, the Nemesis system combined with the Crime in Progress system is awesome because it actually penalizes you for not stopping a crime in progress as Batman. If you don't stop this crime, then you are a bad person. You're going to let these people do worse and worse things. You're going to have people dying. The city's going to be like, why isn't Batman stopping these guys that he promised to stop? What in the world? So I actually agree with that one. I like that one a lot, and I really hope that if this game is true, that's one of the features that actually gets put in there. The Batmobile isn't in the game except for one of the final missions after. I can tell you this if you want, big spoiler, and of course, you know, there's some type of stuff that he reveals, but I'm not going to get into that yet. And he says, I believe the goal is to get a trailer at E3, expect the game in Q1 or Q2 of 2018. So basically the spring and summer, I guess, of 2018, which I believe. I really do believe this leak. Take it with a grain of salt. You can, personally, but I think this is 100% real. A lot of people say that it's not real. You could look at the thread. You could even look at the people at it. But personally, I think that this is 100% true. Damian being Batman, they could give off a fresh take for Damian Wayne, and I think that a lot of people would actually enjoy a new fresh take of Batman in this. And he also goes on to say that this is a soft reboot. He says it's a direct sequel to Arkham Knight, so you will see the outcome of Nightfall. However, it's a reboot in the sense
introduction to everything. So yeah, this guy he seems a little bit more credible than a lot of the other sources I've seen. He seems pretty alright. He goes on here to say the Suicide Squad was intended to continue the story of Origins 2. The studio wanted to do something outside of focusing exclusively on Batman. It didn't work out so well. The new Batman game will at least let us focus on someone that is not Bruce Wayne. Damian, it's easier to sell on the logic of Bruce banged Talia years ago and she had a kid in secret. Yeah, I guess so. It lines up with their relationship in Arkham City. A big part of Terry's character is that he is related to Bruce, but it's much more complicated than Damian's relation. Since the game isn't futuristic like Batman Beyond, the idea was not to use Terry so people don't get mad that it's not the same setting as the show. The Bat-Cycle replaces the Batmobile, which lots of people consider to be the worst part of Arkham Knight. Well, the tank half of it anyway, yeah, the tank was pretty bad. WB wipes pretty well. For real though, it used to be a great company to work for, but the past few months have not been fun. See, I believe this. Like, the guy is really upset that he's not having fun doing his job, and now he wants to get a somewhat good revenge thing on them. And although it's pretty messed up, I don't want to be that type of guy that's like, oh yeah, dude, this is great. You know, betray your team of employees and your friends and your bosses. Don't do that. If you are not enjoying your job, quit. Go to a different job. Go to Rocksteady. Go to something else. Just don't. Don't get revenge by leaking a bunch of important information about a game, although it's already been leaked by other people. Just don't do that whole revenge thing. Just do something else. So that's about it, guys. If you guys want to know about more information, the link will be in the description below. If you guys want to hear about the Superman game, go ahead and check out the video later today. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.